emergency, please press 1. For police emergency and non-emergency.
Vineland Police, operator 2150.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to somebody in regards to harassment. The other day when I tried to call the police department and want to report an officer, Jasmine Rodriguez, for harassment, falsifying reports, and well, being an it.
Your address?
No, I don't need my address. I need to speak to an officer.
Hold on. Your name?
This is Teresa Lockwood.
Hold on. All right, I'll transfer you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sergeant Cavanero.
Yeah, I basically am calling to report an officer, Jasmine Rodriguez, who basically hung up on me yesterday when I'm trying to make a report, and I'm basically being systematically targeted by racists in the Vineland, New Jersey Police Department for being an intelligent white woman.
And that was Officer Jasmine Rodriguez?
Mm-hmm. She hung up on me yesterday because I confronted her and she refuses to take my reports. And Santiago transferred me to her because basically she's a whore. I have a right to speak to a moral woman, okay, that basically has some sort of like class and dignity of a human being, and a woman who's not going to disgrace us and flirt with officers while I'm trying to make a serious complaint, and she's acting like a freaking whore because she's getting special little attention like a child molested child who basically loves attention from her little uncle fucker.
What were you trying to report to her yesterday?
Alexa, end. I'm sorry about that. My alarm went off.
Okay.
I was basically...
Were you trying to report yesterday?
Yeah, I tried to make a report because I basically was hung up on by officers Cassidy, who also is basically refusing my rights, has basically hung up on me and attacked me in the past. Even kicked me out of the police department, by the way, in the past, because I basically proved basically the case for on behalf of Philip White that he was murdered by police, and basically has kicked me out of the police department before and be put at the front desk or whatever to basically harass me and hang up on me. Okay, and he's a pathological liar, and he's sitting there lying to me or whatever, gaslighting me or whatever. I basically originally called to report an officer Miller trying to gaslight me and manipulate things, and echoing basically the dark principalities of another abuser who attacked us and robbed us. So this all stems from basically me being robbed, and which Jasmine Rodriguez also has covered up reports when I try to report us being robbed before in the past, a number of months ago. And the thing is, she's letting us be robbed because I'm in quote white, and she thinks it's funny because she's going to be a leftist degenerate who basically thinks white people should be robbed or whatever, and because of their delusion of this white privilege or whatever. And the reality is, I never lived a privileged life, but she did. Okay, so the thing is that she never even suffered under any unjust oppression or whatever, so she thinks she can sit there and abuse us for being a victim of domestic violence, by the way, and living under unjust oppression all my entire life. So their ideologies and prejudices is basically a degeneracy of their own mind. So the thing is, if they want to sit there and refuse us rights because we're in quote white, well, you know what? We lived under unjust oppression ever since we came to this country anyway in the first place. So, and we are the most basically oppressed people, and injustice basically happening to us since for thousands of years. So whatever. So the thing is, it's just that she needs to sit there and basically get some serious mental help, and I don't suggest a psychiatric association whatsoever. But the thing is because they are crazy Nazi cult or whatever. So yes, I'm going to kick my principles out there, my right just principles out there or whatever in all this, because I'm really tired of the unjust oppression consistently by degenerates. So I lived a life basically under degenerate oppression, under basically the savage white maggots, surrounded by all my life or whatever. So she's nothing new. She's nothing new. She basically resembles just perverted freaking uncle fuckers, and that's it. So the thing is, it's just like I have a right. Okay, and nobody has a right to sit there and basically refuse my rights and refuse my complaints. Okay, that's what a police department is supposed to be there for, to accept complaints, not terrorize us because we're making a complaint.
I gotcha.
I'm angry. Okay, I'm angry and I'm upset because.
I understand.
And yeah, that's my judgment, by the way, my righteous judgment. And the thing is, it's just like I don't appreciate it. She's going to disgrace herself as a woman. She's going to be a prominent woman. She's in a position of power and everything like that as a woman, and she's going to abuse basically women and abuse women and refuse our rights. She's doing the same to herself, and she's being manipulated by the degenerate males or whatever who manipulate and using her like a little dirty whore. So she needs to stop acting like a stinking dirty whore and get some class, okay, and be a real woman.
I gotcha.
So I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for my harsh words, but that's how harsh it is, and that's how disgraceful it is. So I'm angry, okay, and I've been basically trying to talk to police for days or whatever, and I've been robbed like a number of times by degenerates, okay, and yeah, mostly white people. So the thing is, it's just like, okay, I understand like people being angry at white people, but it's not all of us. And I'm a righteous woman, and I'm not the wrong, okay? And I'm basically being basically targeted by white maggot, degenerate freaking pigs who has robbed us, okay? Because they're savages. So the thing is, it's just that I made complaints against these degenerates like for, I don't know, in the last month or so. And people think it's a joke and think it's funny because I'm being robbed. I worked all my life. Matter of fact, you know what? I lived the life of basically labor trafficking or whatever, and worked for nothing like a man. So, and you see, somebody can sit there and say, well, a job is for everybody equally, from a woman to a man or whatever, things like that or whatever. You know, there's like a strength of a man that basically is a man's job or whatever, and I worked like a freaking equal to the strength of a man for like most of my life. Okay?
That's right.
So I did tree nursery labor or whatever, and the thing is, I got paid nothing or whatever. They think it's funny that I'm robbed and I have nothing. So the thing is, it's just that, you know, I'm really tired of this, and the thing is, I have rights. I have rights to make a complaint, and the thing is, my complaint was being manipulated by an Officer Miller, which could be found on body cam, him doing that.
Do you feel like it was being made invalid?
What's that?
Where you feel like it was being made invalid, your complaints?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mentioned that. Okay, so you know about it. So there's somebody's listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're manipulating complaints or whatever to make it to void it out, to basically change my complaint and misword it, saying something else, where the complaints basically say, well, for example, that I loaned somebody money when I did not loan them money, when they basically stole money from us, and I'm sitting there explaining how the money was stolen from us or whatever, and acting like that, I loaned them money and they didn't pay me back. That's not how it was.
No.
and that was David Pilcher. That was Philip Colburn, and that was like a couple other people or whatever. And the thing is, it's just like they were giving money to get supplies for my place. They wrecked my place, by the way, and I'm trying to pay people whatever more than they were worth, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was merciful to them or whatever, and they just disrespected me all the way and just like trashed me and everything else like that when I was very kind to them. And this is continual. And yeah, I'm angry and I'm in pain that people would do this to me. I mean, I know people are like that, but I give them chances. I teach them. I enlighten them. I do all these things or whatever. I show them kindness, and I'm more than like generous to them. And they still do these things. Like they can't learn anything or something. And so it hurts. It hurts. And then people sit there and attack me or whatever. Oh, you're isolating yourself. You're doing all these things. You're because you don't want to become friends with people or whatever. I'm friends to everybody, but the thing is, people are they're like degenerate, all right, and they don't even know how to act civilized. So and they have no moral dignity whatsoever, and I mean, it's just whatever. And the thing is, the people are falsifying reports deliberately. I'm reporting thefts, and they manipulate and change the words on the reports, and it's a theft. When I'm reporting a theft, this is theft. I don't know what a theft is. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, are you getting copies of your reports from records?
Yeah, I did ask for a copy report, and they changed them. They also put on there that I'm on a flag list. I'm on a flag list because I've been excommunicated out of my town, mainly under the dictator, Nazi freaking former Chief Cottaspati, who did that and targeted me because I don't believe that in the perverted lie that Jesus is God and all these perverted like things of these antichrist churches or whatever. And I've been excommunicated out of my town, refused rights, and they destroyed my children, and because I don't believe that in the piggish lie that Jesus is God, and I proved it. Not only that, I proved God exists and all the churches to be false in the first place. So no, it's not arrogant or grandiose, because the fact is I'm a theological genius. I proved God exists and all these churches to be wrong in the act of basically proving God exists by the knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that God gave me in the first place. So I mean, I can't obtain that on my own or do anything like nobody else could have even done that. So the thing is, I got targeted in silence because I'm prime credible witness against child sexual abuse and how they silenced victims and covered it up. So I basically found out and investigated a lot of churches and how they're brainwashing people to silence victims or whatever. So I was targeted by your previous cult leader, yes, I call it cult leader, Cottaspati, and the cult of the Vineland Nazarene Church under William Clay. So the thing is, it's just that he threatened to destroy my life, but he admitted it in front of a Judge Lacavera, and you can even investigate that is a fact. Everything I say can be confirmed as fact.
Quite a while back, yeah.
The facts can be confirmed. So the thing is, it's just that I've been targeted. So the Vineland Police have been using the Pentecostal cult of the Chestnut Assembly, who committed hate crimes against me, slandered me. They're flipping things backwards, making up new false definitions of what religion is, because they persecuted me for my religion. My religion, as I've proven and know what it is and what they attacked me for, is the laws of the good conscience, okay, which is in everyone, by the way. So whether you claim God or religion is irrelevant or whatever, and whatever you want to call it. So I'm being tapped for a need to take care of like my spouse, but I want to report basically falsifying reports and being hung up on and being manipulated the other day by Santiago and Rodriguez.
Gotcha. Jasmine Rodriguez, a dispatcher, Santiago, or a officer or sergeant?
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be a sergeant.
Sergeant Santiago?
Yeah. So I talked to him, and he's like, well, I got to go or whatever, and transfer me to Rodriguez. And they did this before where they were manipulating things where they were pretending they each other was taking the report, and where he was saying that Rodriguez would take the report, and Rodriguez was sitting there saying Santiago would take the report. And they did that exact same thing before and refused to take my complaint.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It was yesterday on the 29th. Or the 28th, I'm sorry. Today's the 29th.
Yeah.
On the 28th.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember about what time?
I'm not really sure what time it is. I think it was nighttime. That's all I know.
Early evening?
I don't even recall. My schedule is messed up sometimes, and when I wake up, I will call basically if it's on my mind or whatever, and I'm trying to get a hold of people or whatever. So I'm trying to catch on my sleep because my schedule's been always messed up actually. But the thing is, my schedule's been it is off because I'm up throughout the night because I have to attend to Donald in the middle of the night and try to sleep when he sleeps. So it's just it's chaotic.
I gotcha. What's a callback number for you?
Yes, 856 457 7114.
7114. Okay, in case we have any other questions, we can reach back out.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And who is this?
Sergeant Cavanero.
Okay. Are you related to the other Cavanero?
The other one's working?
Yeah, the thing is, I was basically, he slandered me, called me mentally ill for reporting and speaking against police. And if you're related to him, maybe you speak to him.
The other one that works here?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm married to a Cavanero, so related to other ones here only by marriage, not in person.
Oh, okay. Well, I was I think it's a Cavanero or similar to that name or whatever. But
I know there's another Cavanero at the prosecutor's office too, but I don't. There's a bunch of them.
Right.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not my family. It's just a married name in.
Yeah, that's another one officer I tried to report because he's basically called me mentally ill in the past for reporting police mistreating me and reporting being a victim of domestic violence in the past, and basically has been part of human trafficking me through the system. As a system is doing in the police department is doing that to women who report victims of domestic violence and reporting us. Calling us mentally ill for speaking out against domestic violence. So I did report that in a court to a judge and how we are being human trafficked through the system and our, rights refused and our lives destroyed. So
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, if I have any other questions with that, I'll make sure to reach back out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.